Welcome all of you to another new episode of Road to Secret Verse, where today we will talk about multiversal travel. We have seen so many superheroes doing multiversal travel in MCU. Everyone's concept is different and everyone's way of doing multiversal travel is also quite different. Whereas in Endgame, we were shown time travel in a new way in which movie strip was used and grandfather paradox was sidelined. It is a different matter that this grandfather paradox has been used in Deadpool 2, but it does not exist in 616, so we will talk about this as well. Along with this, we are going to get many multiversal theories in Fantastic Four which will be useful in future, from Avengers Doomsday to Satanic War. Apart from this, today we are going to break down all the multiversal travels that have happened in MCU and on which principle they work. This video is a little different, so watch it till the end. Along with that, you can also subscribe to this channel by giving a small support. Well, I am here. I welcome you all to. So in the trailer of Fantastic Four, we saw Mr. Fantastic breaking down the theory of the multiverse. There is a big blackbird at this place and there are many multiversal theories here. I had covered this thing in my previous breakdown video, but now let us cover it in a little more detail. So this figure here represents a wormhole. If we enhance it and see it, then we will understand what is written here. Now we can clearly see that on one side it is written enter, on the other side it is written exit, and below this exit it is written another universe. This entire figure is based on the theory of wormhole, through which it can be imagined that one can go from one universe to another, but it is not that easy because some other things are also connected with it. That is why there is another figure below which is like a shut code, or it can also be called a Penrose diagram. Now if we enhance this figure as well, then some more things are visible, like here on the side it is written unstable exotic matter, or we can also call it unstable molecule. This experiment has been used by Mr. Fantastic to make suits and clothes for himself, because when we see Johnny's clothes burning, they do not burn. Whenever Sue disappears, her clothes also disappear along with her, and when Mr. Fantastic stretches his arms and legs, however long he stretches them, these clothes respond in the same way on the same principle. Then it is written below that here stress energy tensor or curvature of space-time, this principle is used there. When you go from one universe to another, then space-time reacts a little differently. Then after this comes the turn of Penrose diagram, and you can know about it. In this there is also the name of black hole, white hole, parallel universe and a new universe. Along with this names like horizontal, parallel horizontal and anti-horizon are also included, and I am making it even simpler now so that you can understand this thing better. So here this blue arrow is you. When you start traveling from one universe to another, then you start traveling from one universe to another. You cannot reach another universe directly like this. First of all, there will be this universe from where you start, then black hole, then wormhole, then white hole, and then another new universe, and when you are passing through the wormhole, then adjacent to it is the antiverse, and this antiverse is a mirror universe where time is running in reverse. Now you should remember this theory because all the events that have happened in the previous MCU related to time travel or multiversal travel will be explained by connecting them to this. At present, the question here is that why is Mr. Fantastic spending his mind on this? Has he understood about the parallel universe, or what could be the reason that despite having a wife and children, he is desperate to go to another universe? There are many theories about this too, which we will talk about in the upcoming video. But here Marvel has confirmed one thing through this Penrose diagram, that multiversal travel can only happen through a black hole. Now here this thing must be going on in your mind that we have seen many people in the MCU going to the multiversal. When we saw while traveling, we did not see a black hole there like we saw another Earth in TBS Time Gate, a Mars Chase and the Marvels, and that too, multiversal travel happened in Spider-Man No Home as well, where all the villains of Spider-Man and other Spider-Man also came to this universe. But we keep this thing aside because this thing has been used by magic. Dr. Shane has made such a mistake, who never makes any mistake. At present this issue is also a matter of discussion, which we will talk about later. So all the multiversal travel that has happened in MCU till now and the way it has been done, it has bypassed both white hole and black hole. Let's understand how. So when Loki series creator Michael Waldner was asked if America Chab can travel multiverse through this portal, then he said that it is near impossible. While the branch timeline which is connected to its main timeline is made from its one main anchor point, so America Chavez can go from one universe to another, but the branch timeline can go from one universe to another, but the branch timeline can go from one universe to another. It is impossible to go to the universe of the timeline or the parallel universe. It means it is near impossible. Now here, why did Michael Wald say this for America Chavez? Let's break down this as well. So the portal of America Chavez opens like this. Here is the first star, this is the second, this is the third, and this is the shining fourth one and the last. Now look at this fourth one carefully, it is glowing in white color, then flares come out from it, it meets the third one and the second universe is visible faintly. Then taking the stars number 2 and 3, the proper second universe is visible. Now we pick up the Penrose diagram that we had lying here and bring it. So in this diagram, to go from one universe to another, we have to travel from our universe, then a black hole, then a white hole, then a new universe comes. Here also 4 things have been used, and in the portal of America Chavez also these 4 things are there. First universe where she is standing. Second, when this last star opens, then a white color flare starts here and then we see the second universe. Here this portal is working so fast. It is that the phenomenon of black hole, white hole and wormhole is happening in a few seconds, but the principle is the same which we had learned in the Penrose diagram. The Penrose diagram has been used in the Infinity Saga as well, but it was not done on such a big level. We saw that when the superheroes were traveling in space, a similar portal opens as the other universe was opened in the Marvels. The only difference is that it was used to reduce the distance of the universe in the Infinity Saga, but now it is being used to reduce the distance between 2 universes in the Multiversal Saga. In the Marvels movie, Dar-Ben uses this bangle in space. She died in this process, but she had no intention of opening the multiversal portal, but still it happened. Well, as soon as the portal opens, we can see that the light is being pulled down in the hole. This is the same wormhole experience, and in the end we can also see the black hole, and then, after everything is removed, we see the other universe and hear Monica. Remo explains what is happening here. She tells that this is a self-propagating singularity, that too with its negative mass. Now keep singularity in negative mass in your mind here. Along with this she also adds that this is non-onion topology. Like us, Miss Marvel was also not able to understand what these things mean. Then Monica Remo says in simple words that a hole has been created in space-time and we are witnessing another reality in front of our eyes, and then after this when Monica Remo reaches this universe, then Beast tells that you are from our parallel universe. The same thing was explained by Romans also, that there are many other universes above and below one universe which are parallel to each other. On the other hand, there is another show of Marvel. Maybe you have not seen it. Yes, I am talking about Moon Girl. In its season 1, a portal pulls Moon Girl inside and the path through which she is traveling is called Int Dimension Highway, and here the Beyonder is with him, and the amazing thing is that this Beyonder has the same power in Moon Girl as we have seen in Marvel Comics. For now, the Beyonder tells Moon Girl that this place is not for humans like you, and you should keep in mind the interdimensional highway that you are seeing here. After this, they land on a planet which was destroyed by Bander, and Moon Girl tells Bander that she can use the black hole to go home. She says that when the moon enters the black hole, it starts pulling like a ribbon, so much so that it comes into a singularity. Now the same thing has happened here as happened with Victor Timely and Mr. Fantastic Four. They also became magi, but no one paid attention to the fact that Victor Timely and Mr. Fantastic were facing the power like a black hole, and this thing has also been explained further by Moon Girl, and that too by connecting this thing to magi. While telling this, she also says that if the black hole is not rotating so fast, then any object can be sent to the other side without creating a magi, and in this way Marvel has already made it clear at one place that multiversal travel can be done through a black hole without creating its own magi. Well, after this, Moon Girl creates a ship that can travel faster than light and can also dodge the magi of the black hole, and then an equation is prepared and the negative mass comes out. The equation given by Moon Girl here is the same as what we saw on Hugh Remain's blackboard. Such equations are called non-communicable equations. On the other hand, the spot that we saw in Spider-Verse is also made from the concept of white and black holes. Apart from this, there was also going to be a part in the Loki series that shows us the incursion happening. Here is a concept art of the Loki series where God knows how many Earths are colliding with each other. This is the first concept of incursion from Marvel Studios. This is art which has never been shown to us. Here we can see that many Earths have come around one Earth, and all these Earths coming to one Earth. This travel can be done by the same hack which we saw in Marvel's Endgame, the way superheroes traveled, and the Fantastic Four are studying that too. Right now there, Moon Girl gave an equation for multiversal travel and told about a negative mass. Now let me explain a little about what negative mass is. So in Thought Tomorrow physics, it is considered to be an imaginary substance which is opposite to the normal substance. Like, when we push any object, it works in one direction with the same force, but this is not the case with negative mass. If you push it as much as you want, it will move towards you instead of going away. And that is why when the ship travels in a black hole, if the calculation of negative mass is not correct, then whatever force is applied on the ship to move it forward, it will keep moving backwards. That is why to travel in a black hole, you need the correct calculation of negative mass. And about this thing Monica Ramo had told earlier, and then Man-Gal prepares a ship and comes back to her home through a black hole. Now we saw the same thing in the finale of Loki Season 1 which no one noticed. We saw a universe, then there was a big bang, and then slowly coming out we saw a black hole, and while coming out there was another black hole near it, and then we go inside this black hole, we see the interdimensional highway which we call Time Lance, and here this multiversal interdimensional highway is exactly the same as we have seen in the Moon Girl series. Then after this finally we are shown the sacred timeline, and in the middle we see in the Citadel, we are being shown going from one black hole to another black hole, so that we can understand well that multiversal travel can happen only through black holes. Secondly, Arish the judge, who is a cellist, also travels through a black hole, because when you see him going here, then here you can clearly see that this is a black hole. In the X-Men 97 animated series, Asteroid M also created a black hole. In the Spider-Man Homecoming movie, a black hole grenade was used where Vulture was openly selling chintz, and we have seen this thing being used by Dark Alps as well. When this thing is used here, you can easily see a mini black hole here. Then after this, in the finale of What If Season 2, when Dr. Stage is creating a new universe and the force device he uses, it creates a new universe, and here Captain Carter and Vatcher are watching a new universe being created, and what is happening in front of you is not a black hole, in fact it is a white hole about which we read in the Penrose diagram. Also, Vatcher pointed out a good thing here, that Dr. Stage created a new universe but he was never born in this universe. The same thing applies to Romance, he also created the multiverse and time loop, sacred timeline, all these things, but he was never born in it. Apart from this, when Spider-Man meets Mysterio in Far From Home, then here Spider-Man also mentions the initial singularity, and we have just understood that it has a direct connection with the black hole. So guys, this was a little knowledge on multiversal travel. I hope you liked the video, then please do subscribe to the channel and also set the bell icon to all, because now a lot of such things are going to come in front of you. Till then, enjoy yourself, take care, love you, and